belief that together we have the potential to become grass farmers. And there you go. Because the reality is we're not raising chickens, we're not raising cows, we're not raising tomatoes. We are all growing richer by growing greater roots, by making a more amazing land for us to work on and from and with together. We can work together to create a richer soil for all of us instead of dumping another bag of fertilizer on the land to feed the need of our tomatoes and starve off the needs of the corn. And in turn, when we keep dumping bag after bag, it washes downstream. I see too many of us look for quick fixes for our needs, politely ignoring the toxins that are washing downstream from our logic of, we're just helping our own, and don't you understand? And oh, it's okay, they can fend for themselves. When we oppress our fellows on the fringe, we might meet our needs in the short term. In fact, we might even do so successfully. But we are adding fuel to the fire for the next generation. We are adding a layer of algae growing in our world, fueled by hate and rage, and I think we've had enough of that already.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's time to fully acknowledge our complex ecosystems, both individually and within our communities. And I think it's time to come to the table with an open heart and an open mind, to be inspired by the work of others, instead of being scared of their greatness. I think it's time to rise up together, having laid a rich soil that we can all work from. And I think it's time for our greatness. I think that together we can grow beautiful flowers at the intersections of our internal identities, at the intersections between individuals, at the intersections between communities, at the intersections between our worlds and the worlds at large. Because I see before me, I'm looking out into this room, and I am seeing beautiful flowers waiting to bloom. I am seeing that hint of orange around the edges as your bud starts to pop up from beneath the ground. I think that together we can create a garden that doesn't just bloom once, but comes back strong year after year after year and inspires the whole world, not just our community, which is in and of itself a false label that creates us into the other. I think we can make the whole world better, and that we can find a greatness that we haven't dreamed up yet. So my charge to you, my beautiful blooms, my amazing field of potential. My charge to you is to actually go out and collaborate. My charge to you is to listen to your complex ecosystems, is to look at not just your active farmland, but the entirety of all that you carry in your heart and in your dreams. My charge to you is that you go out and build together with sustainability in mind, not just today. My charge to you is to go out, go out and bloom. Because I think it's time not just for my greatness, not just for your greatness, but for our greatness. Thank you.
I'm going to have another big round of applause for Lee Harrington. That was wonderful. right after the 2009 conference, we were all sitting around and saying, you know, who should we get next year? And I think the room just exploded and, you know, we should get Lee Harrington. And it was perfect. Thank you. Transcending Boundaries would not be possible without the help of some very generous sponsors, and I just wanted to take a moment to acknowledge them and say thank you. For our platinum sponsors, I'm very pleased that we were able to have the Massachusetts Commission for the Deaf and Hard of Hearing provide us with a communication access grant so that we can have interpreters here this weekend. Our other platinum sponsor was Bitsmith Technology Group, who is, among other things, responsible for your beautiful conbooks and all of the printing here today. Our gold sponsor was AIDS Project Worcester. For anybody who was here last night, they coordinated the Transgender Day of Remembrance and the reception, so a big thank you to them. For our silver sponsors, we have Dr. Eunice Alves, we have Andrew and Bonnie Kaplan, we have the Kink Academy, we have Laurel Pickard, and the New England Leather Alliance. Our bronze sponsors were the Network Lored, P-Flag of Queens, the United Church of Christ Open and Affirming Churches, and our rainbow sponsors were Circlet Press, the Point Foundation, Katie Diamond, who designed our beautiful cover of the conbook, Maureen Wilson, Vinet USA, and the Society of Connecticut. And I would like to let you all know that we are holding a raffle over by the registration table. We have several items donated by some of our sponsors and our vendors, so please check it out and help support next year's conference. And now I'd like to introduce Alex.